Now to the latest on the Israel-Hamas war. And as the conflict in Gaza heads toward the 9-month mark, tens of thousands of Palestinians are again on the move, fleeing a new Israeli military operation in the south.
UNRWA estimates that around 250,000 people have been impacted by these orders. Of course, as usual, we expect these numbers to grow, but for us, this is it's another devastating blow to the humanitarian response here. It's another devastating blow for the people and the families on the ground. It seems that they are forcibly being displaced again and again.
These are the chaotic scenes on the streets as people scramble to leave the eastern part of Khan Younis in response to a new Israeli evacuation order. Israeli forces had pulled out of the city in early April, leaving it in ruins. Their new operation follows a barrage of rockets fired by militants in the Khan Younis area yesterday. Meanwhile, Israel's prime minister is again saying the war in Gaza is not about to end. His latest statement is in direct response to a New York Times article quoting security sources saying the army leadership wants a truce, even if it keeps Hamas in power for the time being. Benjamin Netanyahu insists the war won't end because the last remaining hostages are released and Hamas is eliminated. Well, journalist Sarah Coates is tracking developments for us, and she joins us live from Tel Aviv. So, Sarah, what can you tell us about this new evacuation order in Khan Younis and where people will go?
Hello there, Jacqueline. This was issued yesterday with the Israeli military telling people to get out immediately and go to these so-called humanitarian zones, such as the Al-Mawasi refugee area, which is down on the coastline in the south of the Gaza Strip. Now, according to the United Nations, some 250,000 people are affected. And you just mentioned that they're absolute scenes of chaos, of fear and of panic on the ground as people try and once again move. Now, this came in response to the latest barrage of rockets sent over from Khan Younis into Israeli territory. Palestinian Islamic Jihad has actually claimed responsibility for these 20 rockets that were fired into these Gaza envelope communities, some of these intercepted by Israel's Iron Dome missile defense system, others falling in open areas. But people on the ground say they simply have no place left to go. They say nowhere is safe in Gaza. Here's the UN's humanitarian coordinator for the Strip.
1.9 million people are now displaced across Gaza, and I'm deeply concerned about reports of new evacuation orders issued into the area of Khan Younis. Its impact on the civilian population is deep. In Gaza, nowhere is safe.
Now, people are also being seen fleeing the European hospital in that same area, although the Israeli military says that patients and staff are allowed to stay on, saying it is safe for them.
Sarah, fear is also mounting over a potential large-scale war in Israel's north. Now, you've just arrived back from the Lebanon border area. What is it like there?
Jacqueline, it is extremely concerning. We were in the area of Kiryat Shimona, which is a border town a few kilometres from Lebanon. And just a couple of hours ago, actually, Hezbollah shot a large barrage of missiles, some 15 rockets, at a key army base in that area. We don't know yet if anyone has been killed, if there are any injuries, but this is an extremely dangerous, extremely concerning situation. Now, hospitals in this northern area, we visited one of those a little earlier today, they have now been put on war mode. It's a very interesting situation. We went down into one of these large underground bunkers. Basically, the entire hospital has been sent underground, and they're able to operate off the grid for large periods of time. But certainly it's a situation that nobody wants, and really everyone is hoping it doesn't get to that, given that if indeed it does spiral into a wider regional war, this could potentially draw in Iran.
Okay, Sarah, thank you so much. That's journalist Sarah Coates in Tel Aviv.